It's past 7. Let's continue with the story that we're running in our news this morning. Yesterday, thousands of COSATU affiliates in the public service held national marches, with the main one being in Pretoria to the government offices. This comes after government declared a dispute during the current wage negotiations at the Public Service Bargaining Council. The unions are demanding a 10% wage increase, while government is offering 5.8%. So on the line, we are joined by the president of COSATU, Mr. Sdumo Dlamini. Thank you so much for joining us on the program, and welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you, Leon. Good morning to yourself and the listeners of Morning Live.
All right. What was the response you got from government yesterday?
Well, we have not got a response yet. I'm sure they're still reeling the shock they faced yesterday of the power of the COSATU unions in general and in particular in the public service. They showed yesterday an organization that is determined to fight for the rights of the workers, the living wage, the 10% demand, the 1,500 for the housing allowance. I'm sure government is sitting around the table to consider the demands of the workers, because you cannot ignore what happened yesterday. If you do that, it's at your own peril, because those public servants were saying, we are firing a warning shot. If you do not heed our demands and negotiate in good faith, we are ready to take it. If you bring it on, we will engage. So they are ready. I hope government responds to this one with the seriousness it deserves.
All right. Let's get it from your view. Why do you feel that the government's offer is not acceptable?
It is definitely not acceptable. Remember, this month public servants were cut down by 1% because of the personal income tax that has been imposed by Treasury. So when you offer 5.8%, which is a zero increase on the table, you are already throwing into a very deep hole, which has been cut down by 1% through Treasury. The fuel prices have gone up. The cost of living is unsustainable for the workers who are in each family feeding more than 6 people who are not working. So it's a squeeze, and for the employer to offer this 5.8% is not talking to the real issue facing the public servant.
Yeah. Well, as you say, yesterday, the visuals that we're seeing was merely a warning. So what happens after this?
The government has been given 7 days to respond to these demands. There is a conciliation process on course, which employer negotiators continue to undermine the negotiations, and we've warned against those that are hell-bent on undermining. Because as you said, the dispute has been declared by government, which is unheard of, which is unsustainable. Those negotiators must take these negotiations seriously so that we can move on and avoid a catastrophe. We never wanted to go on a strike. They are pushing public servants to go on a strike.
Yeah. What will happen in the interim as negotiations continue with government?
We are working very hard to ensure that government indeed gets the message, but we are also mobilizing members on the ground, getting them ready just in case government does not respond positively. So COSATU is busy, not just in Pretoria, as you say, in all the provinces of our country. The mobilization process is happening. We're mobilizing for May Day, but we're also mobilizing for the demands of these workers. We are also mobilizing for the unity of the unions of COSATU in the country, which has been demonstrated yesterday. COSATU is united and moving on. We are now moving on, Leanne.
All right, just finally, before I let you go, let's get a response from you on word that NUMSA has started a workers' party. What are your views on this? What are your thoughts?
We have been saying that other unions of COSATU denied that NUMSA was busy forming a political party. I'm sure now they have woken up to that reality. They should decide whether they want to be in an ally with NUMSA, with a political party that is challenging the ANC-led alliance. But I hope that their members will tell them it is clear now, go back to COSATU and engage on your issues. NUMSA is gone. NUMSA is forming a political party. They will be contesting elections from next year. We shall meet them in the streets.
Let's leave it there for this morning. Thank you very much for joining us. Sdumo Dlamini, the president of COSATU, talking to us about this march that was held yesterday where thousands of COSATU affiliates in the public service held national marches, the main one in Pretoria. They are demanding a 10% increase. Government is offering 5.8.